Okay, so for the final installment in Batman month, we took on the epic rooftop scene from The Dark Knight Rises with Batman and Catwoman fighting all the bad guys, and there's a special appearance by Bane. So here's how we made it. So we have special YouTubers in this one. We've got Jack Douglas, and we've got Brock Baker, and we've got Olga K returning. She was in our Matrix scene. She played Trinity, and she was awesome in that, kicked some butt, so she's kicking some more butt in this one.
Hi, Jackie!
Look at that, Batman and Catwoman together.
Also,
I'm Jack, by the way. Hi.
So making another Batman outfit. In this one, the head is sort of a separate unit, and it's much tighter around the neck, and so we based it on just a black ski mask, and then sort of added onto that.
Nice.
It's very different from the 1989 Batman, which we made a couple weeks ago.
Oh, right.
This one just fits so much different. You can turn your head, so you get the comfortable one. So we built little cardboard sections to attach directly to the ski mask. And then you've got the ears, of course, and then he just had to wear a black turtleneck to connect the whole thing. Similar to how we did the Tim Burton Batman, we just glued some panels onto it to kind of make the abs and the pecs, and you've got the Bat logo on there. We cut that out of a piece of transparency and glued it on there. And then we also made some of the little details with like a silver Sharpie. We're reusing the same gloves. They're a little different than the one in Christopher Nolan's movies, but we like the way they look so much. Plus, you're not gonna see him. He's just fighting and it's in the dark, so whatever. And then black sweats, and then we just used some child-sized knee pads and just kind of taped those to his shoulders, so he's got like the shoulder pads.
Starting to take shape.
And then he's also got the utility belt. Now this one is not bright yellow like the others, this one is gold. So again, it's just cardboard and drawing the little emblem and attaching some little bits and pieces to it and then painting the whole thing gold. So that pretty much completes the entire Batman outfit.
This is the greatest moment of my life. I'm Batman. I'm legit Batman.
All right, so Catwoman's outfit. Now I know what you're thinking. She's not officially Catwoman. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call her Catwoman. She's Catwoman. So she just has a mask and the ears. Now here's the clever thing, if you haven't noticed this, is that she has goggles that kind of come up from her mask and then they sit back on her head and they make these perfect little ear shapes. So we wanted to mimic that. So we used the party mask, added on a couple little like extra ridges and shapes to it, painted it black, and added on a few little details with a silver Sharpie. And then the earpiece is some goggles that we bought and added in some red transparencies into the lenses itself, and then used some wire hanger to kind of just bend the shape of it so that it could kind of attach to the elastic in the mask or her wig. We know which parts we're going to wear, we're just going to kind of put these on. The rest of the outfit is pretty simple. Olga just wore tight pants and a tight shirt.
I'm only tight and sexy everywhere below, but not my hands. I mean, if I knew we're gonna be using like worker gloves, I would have probably brought some womanly gloves.
This outfit is almost the same as how she dressed for the Trinity role. It was same utility belt, same pants, same boots.
And the wig?
Yeah, so that one has bangs, but you tuck the bangs under.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, and then just like put that on. I tested it out on myself, it was beautiful. I'm Catwoman. So Bane has the iconic face mask, so we built that using kind of like a dust/painter mask, and then Ben added on all kinds of details. We got a bunch of bendy straws and put those just in the right places and spray painted them silver and sort of created those like, you know, tubes that kind of come into that certain shape. And then it attaches on with some strips of cardboard that go this way and across the top of his head. Then we just kind of tape it or clamp it on the back of his head so it can just be easily removable and it doesn't have to be like permanently attached.
Oh God, I can't breathe.
He's only in a couple shots, so it didn't have to be viewed from any angle other than the front, because our back angle of Bane in this is miniatures. He doesn't wear the full iconic outfit, he's just wearing kind of a big jacket in this one, so it's really all about the face mask for this.
Nice.
And Brock is not bald.
Don't need like a bald cap or anything.
You don't want to shave your head?
Nah.
So we got a bald cap. We've never used one before. We just bought it at the Halloween store.
Hello.
And it didn't really match the skin color, but when you see it all together, it looks like Bane, so we were happy with it.
I have to keep my knees safe when I'm rollerblading.
Okay, once all the pieces were in place, it was time to go shoot this thing, and we wanted to shoot it at night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Batman.
We just set up 2 lights and tried to keep it sort of backlit, so depending on whichever way the camera was facing, I wanted to have a really bright one facing kind of towards the camera, because then you get a nice kind of glow around everybody. That's how they lit this scene. And then we put another light in front, otherwise they'd be totally pitch black in front, which you don't want. So the front light is more of a fill light, so that at least you can see what's happening.
man.
Now we shot all the big fight stuff in the back parking area of Ben's house. It's not a rooftop. This works pretty good. It's a nice open area. It's industrial looking. So much is happening at once. You can't really tell what's happening, but we really took the time to analyze every individual performance in every single shot.
You want to just be this guy? He comes in front of the corner, so he's like way over there.
And action.
Sorry, cut.
The most rewarding part is checking out all the shots after each scene and seeing just how closely it actually resembles the final product. It's really cool.
Planning out all of the punches and the kicks and the flips and the stunts really took a lot of precision timing, and it started getting pretty late.
What time is it?
Yeah, what time is it?
It is 12:20.
We took a little longer shooting than I had planned.
Dustin's like, Olga, come over. You'll be out by 10:30.
Did I say that?
You did.
That was a little rough, so night shoots, not as fun as they seem. Ben and Bosco are great at doing stunts. Catwoman flips a guy totally over. Bosco kind of just does a full-on somersault right past the camera. Some people get punched and you kind of have to fly back. There's one really cool one where Batman just threw a guy and then sort of realizes that he didn't go down all the way, so the camera goes over and Batman kicks him, and Bosco just did this amazing kick. He just flew in the air and I couldn't believe my eyes, and then the camera whips back over. Nice. Nice ball, dude. Then there's a stunt where Batman jumps off of this ledge, and instead of having Jack do that one, you know, he's wearing those huge boots and we didn't want him to hurt himself. Ben did that one. He just put the cape on and the mask because you only see him from the back.
I'm stuck, Ben.
This is just on Ben's back porch, but we set up a little ledge, put some cardboard on it. It's just a piece of wood and then like a case that he can kind of step onto, like a step, and then make it over this wood. And then it really goes down several feet because there's a few steps there. So he jumps up over this thing, and then we put like a filing cabinet down for him to land on, and then he just kind of keeps running down. So it's kind of complicated and seemed dangerous, but he really nailed it. He just flies off this thing, and which is what we wanted. So when they're running up, Batman just disappears over this ledge. And then Catwoman does eventually jump over this ledge too. So she's looking back at the camera, looks over the ledge, and then she jumps over too. She didn't have to jump over full speed like the way Batman did, but she still had to climb up over the stuff and zip, kind of disappear over that. And then, of course, it jump cuts to our miniature.
Not athletic at all.
And before the first shot, Batman fell and broke his neck.
Batman is sitting up on his little perch there, so he's sitting up on the back porch, and then he did have to jump down. You know, we didn't have Jack jump quite as high as Batman does in this, but you get the idea. He jumps off, so Jack did do that stuff himself.
Well, Rachel. Well, Rachel.
Genius.
I don't have a voice.
I'm Catwoman. Man, where's the fun in that, man?
When they finally do land inside the Batwing, the Bat, I'm gonna call it the Batwing, we just shot that inside my car, set up the lights on either side, and then have Olga just kind of sit down into her seat.
My mother warned me about getting in cars with strange men.
And then Batman is sitting in the front seat there. So that was pretty easy, it's just inside the car. Which is ironic because Batman says this isn't a car.
This isn't a car.
But in ours, it actually is a car.
I just saw everyone not react at all when I said, hey, is that the last shot? Everyone's like,
It's because it's midnight. It is after midnight. That's why. Yes, it's the last shot.
it's a last shot, yes.
We shot the Bane stuff the following night with Brock, and he was great. He's only in 2 shots, really. It's almost a cameo.
Bane, over here.
No comment.
So sorry we didn't really have a scene with more Bane stuff, but we really wanted to go for the action and the fighting and have Batman and Catwoman and Bane in the scene, so this fit the bill. And so he was great to come in just to play this Bane part, and we just shot that in front of my house.
Bye, guys. Fly safe. Bye, guys. Email me. Bye. I'll add you on Google+. Bye, guys. I miss you already.
I got to play Daggett in this one, so I'm the first guy that Catwoman is holding hostage, and then he shows up at the end too with Bane in the background there. There are a handful of shots that we decided not to shoot live action, that we're gonna use toys and build some miniatures for. We built our own Batwing, the Batwing. And Ben made this thing. It's really just cardboard with a couple little those rubber non-slip pieces in there too, but mostly cardboard. Paint it black, draw on the details, and this thing's pretty good size too. We knew we were gonna be shooting that to match the scale of our G.I. Joes. So I took some of our G.I. Joes and just made a Batman one real quick, put little ears on there, cape, painted in black. We're only gonna see the back of the Catwoman one. So this is our G.I. Joe that we glued some long hair onto. We keep using this thing over and over. And then there's a Bane one. So I just used one of the bald G.I. Joes that we have and drew the back of it on there. So I'm shooting this now with the iPhone because it has such a tiny lens, we can get really close. I hold Bane there, and then we set up a ledge in a building, and then the Batwing just rises up, and we just use some strings to pull it up, and we even put some LEDs in there. We've got some little keychains and attached those because there's some cool lights that you can see on there when it flies up. We really used my whole dining room, just set up a black curtain. Ben is actually behind puppeting this thing. We just left an opening along the top, and then he walks it all the way along several feet that way. I mean, this is probably, 6 or 8 feet. So we set up a bunch of chairs for him to kind of like walk along behind the black sheet. And then the final shot, which is a miniature, is now even smaller scale. So we built a tiny Batwing. This is a little baby Batwing because this is a really wide shot where you see lots of buildings and stuff. So if we left it that size, we'd have to make huge buildings and it would be an enormous setup. So we shrunk it down, and that way we could just use some of the buildings that we already have. These are cardboard buildings we just set up on my dining room table, make a little city street there, and we use these little plastic beads for cars, and then we've got a wire, and we just fly the little Batwing right through the buildings, right towards the camera, and that's our final shot.
The music in this is pretty epic, and I do all the music and sound effects just using my voice, kind of like this. And then layer everything on top of that, just layer after layer after layer. And then there's a lot of punching and kicking, so a lot of and the guys all kind of make sounds when they get hit too. So I'm just adding all that in little by little.
And that's how we made it. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments. And special thanks again to Jack Douglas, Olga K, and Brock Baker. Thanks for joining in. You guys were awesome. Check out their channels. There's links below. And don't forget, we have the homemade Batman costume contest happening right now. You have a little bit of time left, so hurry and enter. There's all the details for that contest in the link below. And check back every Tuesday for more episodes of Homemade Movies. Oh, what? Baby Bat, what are you doing here?
Batman eyes. No guns. No killing. No hockey pants.
We don't know who this guy is. I think he robbed a bank and then he came in and he started making props. It's really weird. Thank you so much for helping out.
Yeah, no problem.
I look funny right now. It's hour number 5.
This is my good side. Yes,
What's your bad side?
this side.
Oh. UFO sighted at the top of the Empire State Building.
Just checking my bat tweets.
Just hanging out, watching Catwoman, Batman. I think they're at a drive-in theater right now. That's what this scene is.
Yes. Yes.
Had a damn good time. This was really fun.
That's my rule. My parents.
I have a first line! Dustin, you did it. Another one. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. No more homemade movies for you.